My name is Mazlan, Dindi, and I'm from Group Research and Technology of PETRONAS.
Okay, give you an idea.
Let me just get this thing going.
To the end of the field.
Right.
7 times.
If you stay put, I will share with you how our upstream production facilities will look like in the future, particularly in the year 2030, about 10 years from now. Right. You probably asked, we've been producing hydrocarbon for many decades. We're doing fine. Why do we need to change? How different would the future facilities will be, right? Most importantly, what drives the change? Let's have a look. Right, there are many factors involved in driving us for better facilities of future. The key one let's discuss here. First is the need to provide a safer work environment for people. Those who have had experience working in offshore environment, you probably experience on how harsh and dangerous things can be. You know, the future facilities is urged. You know, people demanded that future facilities provide us a better work environment, it's safer. Yeah. So next, in terms of legislations, these days legislation become more and more stringent. Yeah, industry players, including us, are urged to produce hydrocarbon in much more responsible manner, cleaner and greener. And how do we respond to that? Can we do it? Can the facilities of future respond to that? Yeah. Next, in terms of business demand, you know, as much as possible, all companies would like to produce more with less. What it means is that increase efficiency, produce a lot more hydrocarbon with half the cost what it is today. And then finally, the availability of new technologies that we can adapt for facilities of future. For example, robotic and automations. In the last 5 years, technologies from robotic automations can be adapted, can be used quite immediately in oil and gas applications. The same with artificial intelligence as well. That we need to take advantage of these technologies and see how we can improve our facilities in the future. Okay. Now, with that, the industry as well as PETRONAS are responding. Right? We're responding, and in PETRONAS, we designed a program we call Facilities of Future, and we are executing it at the moment with the aim to achieve the following. We would like to, we target to get a provide highly cost-effective system and operations, which means that we want to produce more, given the same size of asset, reservoir, produce more with half the cost of production of what it is today. Now, this is towards achieving our goal, making the business a lot more profitable and sustainable for a long time to go. Right? And then in the process, we also would like to provide safer environment for our people to work, and of course, protect the environments better. All right. So with that, we imagine that the new way of working in the future will, at least for greenfield, would be centered around the following: Subsea Factory, remote operations control, data-driven maintenance, robotic and automations, and renewable energy. Yeah? So that's new ways of working will be centered around. Right, now let's come to the real thing. Okay, this is how we foresee, this is how we imagine the facilities of the future for greenfield will operate and look like. Yeah. The first one is the most important component of the future greenfield. We call it Subsea Factory. Now, what do we mean by this Subsea Factory? Subsea Factory is when the productions, the processing and storage of oil is located at the subsea level. Now, we're taking advantage of subsea design and maintenance philosophy, in which equipment design robust enough that they require less maintenance and less intervention, hence they can last a lot longer. Also, the characteristic of subsea equipment, they provide better uptime, better uptime and more reliable than conventional. So overall, this subsea factory, with the name suggests, because we're putting most of the equipment at the bottom of the sea, it will require less topside facilities, hence less people manning the operation at topside, or nothing at all, less logistic because you don't need to send people on and off to offshore. And overall, we're looking at a total reduction in life cycle costs, but most importantly, we're taking away the danger from people. Taking away the danger from people. Right. Next, as we're seeing in the future that more and more field development are you going to use subsea concept, particularly for deep water. The subsea power generation and distribution is a subset to this. That means that we would like to, if possible, generate our power in situ. And we are expecting that the electrical component for subsea will be maturing. Things like transformer, switchgear, VSD connectors. These are all the important components of electrical to make subsea distributions and works subsea. Hence, with this we can reduce the dependency for long power tieback. Reduce power loss and increase efficiency overall. Next is smart well and seabed reservoir monitoring. Now, as we go subsea, we would like to have the wells automated as well. Okay, the last thing we want is to keep coming back to the well and intervene. This operation is very expensive. So we would be expecting that in the future, technologies for smart well completions would mature and gives us most economic solution for our subsea factory. Now, example of technology is the use of ICV's interval control valve, to control zonal production. So for multiple reservoirs, the same technology can also be used for varying water injection to different level of reservoirs. So these are an example of that. The idea is we can optimize production from wells, and overall get it more cost effective. Next, this is a feature that we think is equally crucial to complement Subsea Factory. Now, we call it Centralized Hub, but what it means is that we want to be able to monitor and control our offshore operations from onshore locations. So we can consolidate the manpower at single location, Centralized Hub, to operate multiple fields of facilities in offshore. Means that we have less manning. We don't have to send people on and off to offshore, hence reducing the operations and logistics. Also, with the help of data analytics, we would be making faster decision making with these facilities. So this is a very, very important technology that we would like to have in the future. It's still a long way to go. We're still working on the telecommunications to make it to make the data transmission secure, reliable, and working for a long distance. But people and including us, PETRONAS, are working on this. And we're betting on this. This is a very, to us, if we're able to do this, there will be a lot of cost saving in terms of our operations, in offshore. Next, we will be seeing a lot more of ROVs and AUVs. But we think in the future it will move towards autonomous unmanned vehicle or autonomous underwater vehicle. The fact that because as we go subsea, then we need to be assisted with robots underwater to help us with installations, drillings, yeah, inspections and maintenance and so on. And in the future, we think that these robots will be customized to particular needs of a field. So they might just be living in the field, serving that particular field. Okay? Right, this is an interesting topic, renewable energy. Now, we will be seeing in the future facilities, yeah, not long. Yeah, we're doing now, by the way. You will be seeing that renewable energies are hybriding with oil and gas offshore operations. What do we mean by that? What we mean is that we would be producing hydrocarbon, but in the process, we were taking energy from renewable sources to power up the offshore facilities. Okay, so in doing so, we will reduce burning or reduce or eliminate the needs to burn hydrocarbon to produce hydrocarbon. So we go greener this way. Plus, we will be able to also free up hydrocarbon for sales, increase the sales. Yeah, so that's the objective. Now, you probably ask question, or if you're able to create renewable energy, why don't you just go for renewable energy altogether? Forget about the oil and gas. Yeah, well, the context of this presentation at this point, we're still in the era of oil and gas. In the next 20 to 30 years, at least from our PETRONAS internal study, that oil and gas will still remain relevant to our business. Hence, yes, we would still be focusing on that, but the penetration of renewable energy becoming more and more. That's why you see that this technology will be hybriding to our offshore facilities. Yeah, and we're doing this at the moment. And finally, if we do have to build a structure, the structure will be built standardized, modular, made from advanced materials, so anti-corrosion, anti-material growth, and it will be designed so that it's easier to install, easier to install, and it is relocatable and reusable. Okay? So that's pretty much to give you an overview of how the facilities of future will look like, at least from our perspective.